Good morning, good day, everybody. This is Tim Watts, Annuity Sales Director over here at IMES. I'm joined today by Ana Sanchez, our Senior Health Expert. We're going to hop into some continued Medicare cross-selling ideas with annuity and life insurance today. Before we get into that, I'll definitely introduce us over here at IMES. So this is the first time you've heard about us. This will give you a great idea of why other agents love working with us and some programs that we have that are going to be differentiators to help reinvest back into your business and help you save money, make money, and save time. We'll have a few polls during the webinar. If you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to put them in the webinar questions. We'll make sure that they get answered at the end of the call. On our first meeting, I think we had 8 or 9 questions, so definitely anticipating some participation from all of you today. First thing first, to get a hold of us, that number in the left-hand corner, 800-255-5055, is always going to be answered by a live person. That's how we help kick off that best-in-class customer service, removing those frustrations of dial-by-name directories, leaving voicemails that never get returned, and making sure that you're going to get covered when you call in. Our new producer builders are for those of you who are new to us at IMES. These bonuses are available based on your production in the first 6 months of contracting with us. As you can see, there's several great levels that you can qualify at. Inside there, you're going to have business building tools, personal perks, and even cash rewards. If you'd like to know where you stand towards your next producer builder, or would like to have a conversation about how to achieve that next level, definitely give your sales director a call. Another business builders program that we provide for our agents is our referred producer program. I do see a couple of advisors on with us today that have taken advantage of this program. Our business on the wholesale side of the industry is similar to yours in the field, in that one of the best leads we could ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued producers. This is why we want to make it worth your while to refer a producer to us. That being said, when you refer a producer to us and they get contracted, we will cut you a $50 thank you check. Now, where the real money comes in is as your referral rights business, you're going to receive an override on that business. Our ownership team, Charles, Steve, Curtis, and Chris, sign checks for literally tens of thousands of dollars every quarter. With that being said, if you could think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with our team, definitely type their information into that questions box, and I'll get them called, or send me an email at timw@imesinc.com with that information. Below that is our marketing reimbursement program, which is our most popular program that we offer. For every $100,000 in FIA premium, you're going to get $100 into your marketing reimbursement account. Why this is so popular and lucrative for our advisors is we truly do consider this to be your money. You have the flexibility on what services, when, and who you use these funds with. It's your marketing reimbursement. We don't tell you the vendors that you have to use. We do have recommended vendors that we've partnered with, leverage reduced rates and preferred service, so that's an advantage of utilizing them. We also have our creative team and creating a marketing strategy, provide in-house services. If you'd like to know how much is in your marketing reimbursement account or have a conversation about how to utilize this, give your sales director a call at our office. We'd love to talk to you about that. Another thing, too, on those marketing reimbursement dollars is there's no upcharge on our marketing programs. I know there's some other groups out there. I actually just talked to an advisor last week, and the fee for him to do a new website was $3,700. Now, they took that out of his marketing reimbursement, so it was no charge to him. But if he wanted to do a new website with us over here at IMES, that's only $899. So you can see where our program is much more transparent, and we don't have those huge upcharges. Back office support, this is another way that we add value to your business. This is core to IMES and how Charles Hearing founded us over 36 years ago. We want to help the independent advisor work smarter, not harder. We're going to do that with great business building tools and resources. Of course, advanced case design assistance for life and annuity quotes is an area that we assist with. We're going to get those illustrations to you within 24 hours. Typically, that's within an hour or two. The illustrations team is phenomenal over here. Submissions to commission support is handled by our new business team. Mackenzie heads that up on the annuity side, and Michelle is on the live side. They have fantastic teams who work tirelessly to help you get commissioned quicker. We will scrub your applications, submit them on your behalf, do the administrative tracking, and get you updates on the case as needed. We do this to ensure you get commissioned as quickly as possible. This is a service that we provide to our valued producers and how we help you grow your business by keeping you in front of the clients, where our team handles the back office support for you. It's a way to put my new business team at work for you without having to put them on your payroll. Again, just designed to help make it easier for our agents. Our website is a phenomenal tool for our producers to use and another reason to work with us over here at IAMS. Once you're contracted, you're going to have full access to everything that you see on this slide, plus a lot more at IAMSinc.com. Make sure you add that Inc. after there to get to our website. If you haven't registered for the website, it's very simple to do. When we're done with this call, go ahead and create that account. We'd love to see you on there. We do also have on our YouTube page a webinar that we recently did on how to get the most out of that website. Definitely encourage you to check that out there as well. Firelight eApps, this is a single sign-on at IAMSinc.com. We've also incorporated Luma into our eApp process. Technology is where the industry is going, and Firelight is a top-notch site streamlining the process. Most of our carriers are on this eApp platform, so you can go to one site to submit business. Additionally, with us adding Luma, now any business that you submit, you're going to have live feeds from the carriers with account values, updated MVA, surrender charges. So no longer do you need to hop on the phone and wait for a half an hour to talk to that hopefully educated customer service rep. You can hop onto our website, log into your policy, and get all that information at your fingertips. There is no charge for this to you. This is yet another reason to work with us over here at IAMS. We cover that licensing fee for you. Talked about our creative services team a little bit earlier. We do have that full in-house creative team that can help you and your practice. A lot of our items are turnkey and available for you. Many of our sales resources are white labeled, so we can simply impose your contact information and business logos onto it. Speaking of logos, Agency Solutions is an area of expertise for our team. If you haven't created that full customized brand for you and your agency, they can help. This is going to assist with your name recognition, which grows your natural market organically. Lastly, digital marketing solutions is a very popular topic around IAMS. Like I said, they can help you with your websites, social media campaigns, email marketing, plus a whole lot more. The internet and social media sites are where the overwhelming majority of prospects go to for information. Making sure that you're accessible and represented in those marketing lanes is beneficial to growing your business. Reach out to myself or one of our sales directors when this call concludes to see how IAMS Creative can help your business. Our complimentary marketing analysis. We've got over 30 different marketing programs over here at IAMS. Now, we wouldn't suggest all 30 of those as a marketing program for anybody. What we do is build an individualized, comprehensive, and exclusive multi-vertical marketing program designed to stay within the budget of your marketing dollars and what you can allocate for marketing while having that revenue goal in sight. Again, we're going to have multiple spokes going on, typically 3 to 5, to support that marketing wheel. That way, when market disruptors come through, you've got several others that you can reallocate resources and time to keep those sales highs high and minimize those lows. IAMS Wealth Management founded this well over 6 years ago. I think we're getting ready to have another anniversary to get to 7 years. What we've done is grow this division of IAMS very organically. We've helped advisors become IARs and pass the Series 65 at a very successful clip. Once we have you registered, we'll bring great value to your practice with incredibly competitive fee structures for both you and your clientele. We have a great technology and investment platform. This has been a great growth sector for our business, and assets under management could be a major growth sector for your business as well. We'll be hosting our first Annuity and Life Academy August 2nd through the 4th. This just got announced on our sales meeting on Monday. Super excited for this. We'll have opportunities to bring in about 40 agents from across the nation. This is an all expense paid educational trip for you. We're going to have around 20 different presenters going over marketing programs that other agents are having huge success with, as well as product deep dives and my personal favorite, sales strategies, both in annuities, life insurance, and AUM, so you can add more tools to your toolbox and be even a better resource for your clients that you work with. I'm also going to talk about our last virtual academy, but before we do that, if you'd like more information on that academy coming up in April, I'd definitely love to hear about that. So we've got that first poll going right now. We also just had our virtual academy in January, so just a couple short weeks ago, 7 great keynote speakers, including 4-time Super Bowl champion Rocky Blyer, who also is a Bronze Star and Purple Star recipient. He won those Super Bowls after he served in duty and just delivered a fantastic speech. We've also got 30 hours of everything that is annuities and life insurance, again, concentrating on those marketing programs, product deep dives, and sales strategies. Appreciate everybody's participation on that poll. Just had another late vote come through. Thank you much. We're going to go ahead and close that. We'll have a couple more come up through the presentation here. All right, we've also got not one, but 2 top producer trips that you can qualify for. The one on your screen there is our trek to Quebec City. This qualification ends June 30th of 2025. As you can see, the date's August 3rd through the 8th of 2025. That'll be a great time to maybe get away from some of that heat and head up north for a little bit of rest and relaxation. These are +1 trips. We cover your travel, your food, entertainment. It's a phenomenal trip. We've also got a Dominican Republic trip. That qualification ends in December of this year. If you're wondering where you're at on those 2 trips, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to one of the annuity sales directors or life sales directors, and we can get you going on that. All right. Next poll here is, did you meet or exceed your 2024 revenue goal? As you're answering that poll for me, we do have Facebook and LinkedIn. So if you haven't followed or liked us on those platforms, definitely hop out there and do that. We're going to get you industry updates, including rate changes, which there's a lot going on right now, announcing of new products, which there's a lot of that going on right now. So just a great way to stay informed there with us over here at IAMS. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close that poll here in about 5 seconds. If you haven't voted, hit that button. All right, thank you everybody there. Do appreciate that. So now we're going to turn it over to Anna. Again, she's our senior health expert. She's going to be going over some Medicare updates, and then I'll be presenting there at the end with some solutions on how you can help minimize potential taxation for your clients in retirement. So with that, Anna, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Tim. Hey guys, welcome back. This is our second webinar of our 3-part series, the Medicare cross-selling. So if you've missed our first webinar, please go back and view that. You can access that, like Tim said, through our IAMS YouTube channel. There's a lot of great content out there, so go check that out. So today's webinar, we're going to be exploring the factors driving healthcare cost and the potential exhaustion of Medicare, as well as implications for the future, which Tim, like just said, we'll go over that here go over here in a little bit. So our first webinar, and Tim, will you? Thank you, perfect. In our first webinar, we went over the different parts of Medicare. So part A, the hospital side, B, medical, and then D, prescription drug. So now we're going to dive deeper into how Medicare funds these different parts. So what makes up that 80% that Medicare takes care of? Tim, go ahead. So Medicare primarily is funded through 2 trust funds. One is the Hospital Insurance Trust Fund, or the HI. The high is what that covers. It pays for the inpatient hospital services, some post-hospital care, such as skilled care nursing facility and the home health care. This is funded mainly by payroll taxes. So you'll see, if you see FICA on your pay stub, that's going to be paying for Part A. The Supplementary Medical Insurance, or the SMI Trust Fund, this funds Medicare Part B, again, which is the medical side of things, Part D, which is prescription drug, which are financed primarily by premiums paid by beneficiaries, and also some general revenue from the federal government. So for 2025, the Part B premium is $185, and that tends to go up every single year. And as you are all fully aware, healthcare costs in the United States has risen significantly. Tim, go ahead. Over the past few decades, presenting major challenges for individuals, businesses, and government programs just like Medicare. So in 2023, a little over 65 million people were enrolled in Medicare. That means that in 2023, the United States spent a little over $1 billion on Medicare, which was about an 8% increase from the previous year. So at this rate, Medicare, the Hospital Trust Fund, is projected to be exhausted by the year 2038. I know that number kind of seems far away. When I looked at that number, I was like, man, we got time, but honestly, it's about 13 years away. So in the big scheme of things, that's not very far. So what are the driving factors that are contributing to the depletion of the trust funds? Tim, go ahead. One of the big major things for the trust funds to be depletion is the demographic shifts. So baby boomers, the generation, those born between 1946 and 1964, is aging. Tim, if you go ahead. By 2030, all baby boomers will be 65 or older, which is significantly increasing the number of Medicare beneficiaries. Another driving factor for the depletion is longevity. Americans are living longer, which means that Medicare is covering more years of health care for each beneficiary. So longer life expectancies, combined by chronic conditions like heart disease, diabetes, dementia, really have heightened the strain on Medicare's funding. The dependency ratio, the number of people paying into Medicare, the working population, is shrinking, which is relative to the number of beneficiaries. For example, in 2023, there are approximately 2.8 workers for every Medicare beneficiary. So by 2030, this number is expected to fall to 2.3 workers per beneficiary. So it's less people contributing to Medicare. A big thing now is medical inflation, the healthcare cost, which is including the hospital stays, surgery, medical equipment, prescription drugs. Those continue to rise at a rate that outpaces inflation. So advances in medical technology and more expensive treatments like cancer therapies, biological drugs, those have really driven up the per capita healthcare cost. And then prescription drug prices. The prices of drugs, especially those specialty medications, has risen rapidly. So you're like tier threes, fours, and fives. While Medicare Part D prescription drug coverage is partially funded through those premiums, the overall cost burden increases as more drugs enter the market, treatment options become a little bit more expensive. So what happens when the hospital insurance fund runs out? Tim. Um, these are um, the high trust fund is exhausted by 2038 as projection indicates, right? So Medicare will still receive ongoing revenue from payroll taxes. However, this revenue will only cover a portion of the cost for Part A services, leading to significant shortfalls, which could result in, honestly, a number of things. So a couple of things that would stand out would be the reduction of benefits. Medicare beneficiaries may face cuts in coverage or have to pay for higher out-of-pocket costs for hospital care. The increased financial burden on beneficiaries, we're already kind of seeing that now, but since Medicare beneficiaries already face a rising out-of-pocket cost, like your premiums, the deductibles, the copays, further reductions in coverage could force many to delay or forego necessarily care. So this may lead to worse healthcare outcomes, especially among our most vulnerable population, which is our elderly and low-income folks. And then impact on healthcare providers. If Medicare cannot reimburse hospitals and doctors fully for their services, providers might choose not to accept Medicare patients. We do see a lot of, like in the southern states, those Medicare doctors choose not to accept Medicare because there's a lot of population, 65 and over population on there. So they're just choosing not to accept Medicare patients, which may further limiting access to care for seniors. So all of this information here, and it's not to scare folks, but these are numbers that are projected by, CMS and by Medicare. So if you do go to cms.gov or medicare.gov, you will see all this information being presented. So, and we never know what the future may bring. So Tim is going to tell us a little about what we can do about all of this and how we can maybe prepare ourselves for the future for not just 65 and older people on Medicare, but the younger folks as well. So, Tim, what do you got for us?
Awesome. Thanks, Anna. Appreciate that. So, what I'm going to talk about today, reducing your Medicare costs, one of the ways that you can do that is, reduce the taxable income that your clients have. And then another way that you can minimize those impacts is by paying taxes now instead of paying them later with a Roth conversion. By doing this now, you're getting that tax portion done. And then if and when taxes go up, your clients aren't at risk for any of those increased taxes. So you could definitely see, the government increasing taxes to allocate more funds to Medicare instead of in conjunction with increasing those Medicare costs. So here, if you take a look at this pie chart, take a look at what the government spends money on. So between health and Social Security, you're right around 53, 54%. You toss on the defense and homeland security, and now you're getting close to that 65, 70%. And really, if you look at those three buckets, I don't know anybody that has a rational explanation on how those buckets could spend less, right? So we still have lots of things going on in the world. So security is always something that is top of mind for both parties in Washington. Social Security, this is something that's been talked about for decades on how to solve that. And thus far, cuts to Social Security haven't happened. We've got more people qualifying for Social Security. As Anna talked about, by 2030, all the baby boomers are going to be 65, so more strain on that. And then health, right? So more specialized drugs, more things to be concerned about, more folks getting older. And so you're probably likely not going to see a reduction in spending on any of those. And then if we cut out some of these other ones, well, it's great to see government be as efficient as possible. The main point here is when you've got 2/3 of your budget spent on things that are likely only going to increase based on what we've talked about, there's going to be some corrections to those tax brackets. So in the past 40 years, and I happen to be over 40, so in my lifetime, these were the highest marginal tax brackets. Now, this is just for a single filer, but you can see the 50% marginal tax bracket was for anyone in 1940 or 1981 who made between $26,000 to $32,000. Well, what would that equate to today with inflation and the change in the value of the dollar? And you can see that 50% range is at $87,000 to $107,000. So let's just unpack that. Around 40 years ago, if you made the equivalent of $87,000 to $107,000 today, your federal income tax was 50%. The likelihood and chances of the government needing some additional funds to fund these programs that we've already told millions, tens of millions of Americans that they're going to have is going to be immense. So paying taxes now and preventing, I think that, you look at these other rates too. I mean, just at $60,000, your clients are gonna be in a 38%, could be in a 38% marginal tax rate. What could that do to their nest egg if it's all in qualified funds? So one of the programs that we have that you have access to over here at IMES, there's no cost to you for your base subscription to Stonewood. Now, the tool and resource that I'm going to show you here is an add-on, but you can get access to great software, marketing, and training for legislative risk, both positioning IULs as well as Roth conversions with your clients. This is the total tax burden analysis. In this, we're going to do a case study. We've got clients age 60, 500,000 in IRA assets, 20% tax liability growing at 5%. So if they were to keep it in here, let the RMDs reinvest and still pay taxes on that, you can see that that adds up to over $434,000, almost $435,000 on that $500,000 investment. If they were to reallocate to a Roth conversion, we can reduce that $435,000 by $335,000 to just around $100,000. I'm going to show you another tool after this to illustrate that, as well as what the income will turn into. Now, if we were to do a full Roth conversion, we're anticipating an additional 5% fees of taxes during that time. So instead of the $100,000, that'd be $125,000, but still a huge reduction of over $300,000 in total taxes paid. This tax burden program that, again, I'm showing you here, you really easily can take your client's information and quickly show them how a Roth conversion could help them save a ton of money in retirement. Another tool and resource that you have accessible to you, and if you want to have annuity sales director help get you over to this, we certainly can. This is one of our key carriers, Allianz. They have a great Roth conversion tool. On this one, I changed it up a little bit. We made the clients a little bit older because we're talking about folks that are qualified for Medicare. So we've got a 65-year-old. We're going to turn on income when they're 70 using the same $500,000 premium. We've got a life expectancy of 95, and as you can see over here, the pre-tax payout is $2 million for all three of these scenarios. We've got our federal income tax rate illustrated here, and then you can see very close to what that Stonewood showed. We've got $431,000 for the traditional IRA, $125,000 for the single Roth, and then $101,000-ish for that partial Roth conversion. As we take a look at what that would look like with real tax dollars that the clients would have to pay, we come over here, and in years 1 through 5, again, we're doing that Roth conversion, so they're going to have to pay taxes. So this is money that they're paying to the government now, so they don't have to worry about those increased tax brackets later and all of the stresses that we have on these federal programs. So 125 initially if they wanted to do it that way, or we could break those down into payments right around $20,000 a year. Then when you go to turn on income, that's where it really starts to show you the power of these Roth and partial Roth conversions. So the traditional IRA, if we don't do anything, now you got just under $34,000 a year, where if you've already paid taxes on it, now you've got $43,000, and that is a huge increase to your clients. This product also has increasing income to help assist with those rising costs of, again, Medicare, healthcare, cost of living adjustments. And so you can see that even as it increases, that Roth and partial Roth conversions perform extremely well. And then as you continue to go down, let's say, take a look at when the clients turn 85 in year 21, those partial and full Roth conversions are paying, still $17,000 more of tax-free income to your clients. We've got another product that allows you to do a drawdown with that same Roth conversion. This is a Theme Performance Elite 10, a fantastic accumulation product. On this product, you're going to get a 14% premium bonus, which does need, just full disclosure, the clients are going to have to pay taxes on that to convert that to a Roth conversion, but it is a way to offset some of those taxes that the client's going to be paying with that big additional bonus. We're showing this with the last 10 years of performance on a 5% drawdown. So after doing the Roth conversion in years 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, again, paying around $20,000 a year in taxes, probably a little bit more with that 14% bonus, so maybe say $21,000. Then we're going to be able to have tax-free income be paid out to the client. So the same $500,000 premium got a $70,000 bonus. After 5 years, the client's doing a 5% drawdown. The accumulation value's grown to around $1 million with the last 10 years of performance. And you can see that is a fantastic income with a great accumulation value, and then also legacy benefits to be able to be paid to the clients. Now, we all know that these high cap rates and PARs may not always be here forever, so painting a range for your clients on what those payouts could be may be a great strategy. So you don't have to hit that bullseye. You've got more of a range that you could hit. So if we almost reduce the performance by half to a straight 5% assumed rate, you can see that that same $500,000 after 5 years, with a very conservative estimate growth, has grown to over $700,000. And then you've got a very, again, competitive tax-free income for your clients, as well as providing them death benefit for their beneficiaries. So with that, I'm going to pause it there and see what questions we have. Anna, as we see if there's any additional questions, any last minute tidbits or pieces of advice here for us? Will we give folks an opportunity to ask a question?
Absolutely, yeah. If anybody missed our first webinar, I would like to say that I do a one-on-one training to go a little bit more into the Medicare side of things. I do a presentation that I sit down with clients that really dives into Medicare. And again, this is not to scare folks, it's just to open up their minds into this is a realistic thing that may happen. Again, it's projected, and there's a number of ways that the government can fix some things, adjust some things. So this is not a scare tactic. It's just a realization of things can happen and we need to be prepared for it. So you have a lot of great information, Tim. But yeah, so if anybody has any more questions about Medicare, please do reach out to me. I'd love to have a little conversation with you guys and go a little bit, dive deeper into the Medicare world.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Anna. I don't see any questions here. So final tidbits from me is definitely would love your feedback from those agents out there that are watching us live and everybody that watches it down the road on these first 2 Medicare cross-selling seminars. Heads up, on the third and last one, that'll be the first Wednesday of March, we're going to be diving into our IRMA Navigator. This is a brand new marketing program that we have over here at IAMS. There's going to be training provided for it and then marketing added to it. So we're going to be able to provide you the training as well as get you in front of clients that are interested in meeting with an agent to discuss IRMA. IRMA is one of those things that I think most of you on this call are probably leaning into and wanting to learn more about. But a lot of agents out there just are finding themselves with the excuse of I'm too busy or I don't want to learn about it. So definitely getting in there and joining us for that third and final Medicare cross-selling webinar would be awesome. And I definitely want to invite everybody there. Anna can be contacted. We do have a question here. Anna can be contacted at 800-255-5055 and then just ask for Anna. her email, I believe, isn't it just Anna at imsinc.com? Is that correct?
Actually, yep, nope, it's Anna, so ANNA Sanchez at imsinc.com.
Gotcha. So make sure you add her last name on there. And if you can't remember that, just give a call to that number and ask for her, and we'll get you right over to her. So, everybody, I appreciate you hopping on the call. Anna, thank you for your partnership. I look forward to diving into Irma on that next webinar. Everybody, have a great day. Bye now.